Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and Michael Arrington tweeted this out today. It's Brad Garlinghouse in person. What exactly is going on here, Brad Garlinghouse? I have the same question, Brad, because the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel has tweeted out a cardboard. I think it's a girl's body with Brad's head on there, making the funny face. He says, "All right, Digital Asset Investor, working on some samples of Brad Garlinghouse in case he stands us up in Vegas. Don't know if this body will work, but we'll make sure our cardboard cutouts of the Ripple team are there to keep us company." Now it would be both hilarious and sad if I don't believe it. I've met Brad Garlinghouse. I don't believe for 2 seconds Brad Garlinghouse is going to stand up the XRP community in Las Vegas. But I can promise you this, if he does, I will be taking photos probably like everybody else with flat Brad Garlinghouse and putting them on social media. I mean, that would be bad to me. Okay, now, Tom Emmer, check this out. He is so right about this, folks. For over 5 years, I think, we have been talking on these channels about just how big we thought this all was, crypto, and more specifically XRP, and I would throw XLM in on this. We've talked about the debt problem and all the different things, and he is right over the target, folks.
We got $32 trillion in debt in this country. We've got to figure out how to balance our budget, and then guess what? You want crypto and everything associated with it to grow here, to innovate and grow here, because that will grow the economic pie for everyone. Republicans, Democrats, that's the only way. I'm going to tell you right now, my belief is that's the only way that you can deal with the $32 trillion in debt. The only other way would be to declare the country bankrupt.
That is not coming out of nowhere, folks.
And go into reorganization and tell people that they're going to take haircuts for debts and we're going to pay this back and we're going to prioritize that. This is a company, the United States of America, that has not been managed well. Crypto is a big part of the answer, I believe, in how you grow it. But we got $32 trillion in debt in this country. We got to figure out how to balance our...
I'm sitting here texting somebody because I was getting a call. All right. Okay, but he's right over the target. And folks, don't think that that's coming out of nowhere. That right there, this guy knows things. And I'll tell you this, he was on the Bankless show, and those guys are like Ethereum, Bitcoin maxis. And these guys are young guys, and I think they're smart guys. But at the same time, the whole idea of Bankless, like you're going to get rid of the government, that's not going to happen. And to think that is crazy. Brad Garlinghouse said it for a long time. He said it for a very long time. They will bring out the tanks and the guns before you get rid of the government. The crypto can work with the government, and it can be a part of things, and the government's a part of things, but the government's not going anywhere. The banks aren't going anywhere. The banks may look different, but they're not going anywhere. Now, Mac Attack here has an interesting tweet. You know, everybody jokes around about, oh, $10,000, that's ridiculous and all. When you take a step back, look, when I look at what he's showing here, and he's showing some of the Dark Defender and eGrag crypto charts, but here's the way I think of this thing. I think of this thing, look, if all the lies and all the stuff, the lawsuits and the pundits and all the stuff that we've seen, the things that have been done against Ripple and XRP over the last 4 or 5 years, if none of that happens, XRP, no question in my mind, XRP is the number one coin in the land above Bitcoin and all of that. And I think that the Bitcoin and Ethereum people, they had to do all the things that have been done over the last few years in order to keep that from happening. And what does that look like with an XRP that's, I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it looks like a $10 to $20 or $10 to $30 XRP right now. I don't know, because it's got a larger supply than those others, or at least than Bitcoin. So, but what about now? So the way I see it is just on the anticipation of what's coming in the end of this lawsuit, you could get a $3 to $10 just on the anticipation, and after that, that's when it starts becoming okay. You got the big picture, which I consider to be CBDCs that go live, tokenization of the world going live, bridge asset to the world, okay? And I believe that when you get to those places, you're in this range down here, what they're showing wave, 2020, 2024, 2023. But I think all of this post-lawsuit over the course of the next 6 months to even a year, I believe all of that's possible, just on as the clear skies, and then developing, and all the different things. That's kind of how I look at all of that. Look at this. ProCoinNews.com, who is the official sponsor of the Digital Asset Investor Hunting and Fishing Club, they're retweeting a thing from BitTrue, all-time high of 1.8 billion long future. We've reached an all-time high in XRP long futures position since 2023. Trade XRP futures. Anyway, the headline here is all-time high in XRP long futures. That's a big deal. CoinDesk is now, they may as well be advertising for XRP now. After all these years of talking about nothing but Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have to be feeling uncomfortable right now. Trading volumes for XRP, they're even creating graphics now, folks, for XRP. XRP trading volumes, surge, South Korea. Then they're even covering it on their show now. Check this out. See if I can get
in reverse, 3 in the red. Bitcoin surging, trading volumes for XRP jumping on 3 of Korea's top exchanges by volume. Emily, what's going on in South Korea?
Yeah, so we can get into this a little bit later on the show, but we've been talking about this XRP surge a bunch over the past week or so, and it looks like Korea is a big part of the story. Apparently, Korean exchanges are showing a lot of XRP trading, and I think sometimes this happens. We can see a coin surge either on the Korean market or the Japanese market, and it can affect it can affect global trade. So it's just an important part of the story that I'm glad is being reported.
Meanwhile, we're looking at on-chain data, and it suggests some traders in Wales are taking profits after weeks of gains for Bitcoin.
A little bit, yeah. We are seeing some of that. That's according to CryptoQuant, and that was reported by our own Sharia Malwa. We of course you have about $1 billion worth of Bitcoin moving in the past week or so from large.
Okay, enough of that. He hates XRP, but the point is that CoinDesk has been activated for some reason. Then Nouriel Roubini blocked me a long time ago, but he says ETH is a security in spite of all the self-serving BS that ETH whales have been spewing for a decade. A bunch of ETH billionaires claim that isn't a security, totally laughable. SEC's Gensler reiterates proof of stake crypto tokens may be securities. What he meant to say was disguised Ethereum whales. I had to correct him there. Now, this guy's been putting out some interesting videos lately. I'm going to play the first part of this. What happens in the first stages of a dollar collapse?
Hey guys, the other day I did a video warning that de-dollarization could be coming. Today we got news that France cut a deal to buy 65,000 tons of natural gas from China denominated in yuan. This is a big deal. 6 weeks ago, it was just pariah nations like Iran or Russia trying to de-dollarize their trade. Last week it was Brazil, now it's France. So what happens next? What if the US dollar is about to be dethroned as the world's reserve currency? De-dollarization means foreigners don't need as many dollars. This means there are extra dollars nobody wants. This makes the price of the dollar fall. It gets weaker. That's usually slow at first, and then it picks up speed if it keeps going, a progressive rush for the exits. Note, we Americans are obligated to use the US dollar thanks to an obscure law passed in 1862 as a wartime emergency that somehow managed to survive for 151 years now. So Americans have no choice. Unless you have gold or Bitcoin, you go down with that ship.
Boom. That's all you really needed to hear. Now, This is this Greg Marinero talking about gold and silver.
What are they doing? They're keeping it very stable, but know where it is. I'm going to say it's probably close to 6,000 or lower. We are going to get there again at one point. Let's just say we bottom out in a full-on meltdown in the debt market, which will cause rates to spike in an uncontrolled fashion. You've got a meltdown in the global equity markets here. Stocks will plummet as rates spike in an uncontrolled fashion. This is going to be by design. This is not going to be by accident, of course. And wherever the Dow bottoms out, let's say we bottom at 6,000. I think gold is going to be equal. Yeah. So gold 6,000, Dow 6,000. That's what I think it's going to be.
All right. That's all you need to hear of that. Now, something that it's important that a lot of you haven't been around for the whole ride we've been on here. But back in 2018-19, I believe, there were graphics. Everything you're watching right now with this BRICS stuff, this was being discussed in the XRP community 4 years ago, or even earlier than that, okay? There were graphics. This graphic was going around way back then. And now you're seeing it real time. People don't understand how many movies are packed into this XRP story. People have no idea what all of the people in this community knew and found before. It was literally like they had a crystal ball. Look at this. This is another tweet that went out. This is the picture today, and that's that. They were talking about BRICS in the XRP community. We were talking about this a long time ago. This drawing right here was put out a long time ago, Swift, and it even shows the gold and XRP. I've always said I felt like XRP and maybe some other digital assets are going to solve the transportability of gold. It's just one more of many tokenized assets. CBDCs, a bridge currency to the world. I've always felt like XRP was a great compromise that had been reached. That's what I feel like it is. And I feel like I feel like we're in the midst of watching all of this happen. And I've always said XRP and gold. That's why I went out and got a gold sponsor. I'll finish here. Glint, links in the top of the description. I buy physical gold. I buy XRP. Make sure you have your XRP on a hard wallet, Ledger Nano S. That link's in the top of the description too. Glint account. I can have some of my gold in my Glint account where I have a debit MasterCard. This way I have spendable gold, and I also have physical gold. That's what I do. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you that's what I do. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to go check out that Glint link. Thanks for listening.